Oh man, okay. All right, let's do this. What we want to talk about? Angel Snubbing Up 7 in the house. This is the Reality Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I just had this on my mind. I want to get it. Just want to put it out there for us. It's just amazing in the world of the Negro. All their research, all their study, all their information. But yet, when they approach and respond to what we call the Mississippi campaign, you see no research, you see no information, you see nothing of substance to counter what we have presented from this rostrum, this idea, this plan called the Mississippi campaign. And they always talk about their ancestors. We love the ancestors. It's all about the ancestors. But yet you attack something that was inspired and could have actually happened by the ancestors had it not been for the races in the South. Had the races not terrorized our people, they were already in a position to take control not only of Mississippi, but Alabama and Georgia and some of those other states already. So here they are, because they hate my words. They attacked the Mississippi campaign, and in their ignorance, they are attacking the relatives or the ancestors that they claim they love and support. A bunch of liars. If you want to attack the Mississippi campaign, then you should do it with intelligence, just like you claim you do everything else. You don't do that when you attack Caucasian people. You bring your information, you bring your science, you bring your history, you bring your facts, you bring all this information to show that the white man is a liar. But when it comes to the Mississippi campaign, I have yet for not one person to bring before us the information, the facts, the science, the history, everything that you think these intelligent people supposed to be about. I'm waiting for it. That is because they cannot bring anything. They are jealous, they are hate-filled, they are upset because they wish that it had came from their side of the mountain. If you, hey, what's up there, Brother Craig? Yes, sir. Just like Brother Craig say, their only option is to try to destroy me personally and slander my name. Because this idea, this campaign, they cannot find flaw. To find flaw means that you find flaw in your ancestors, because this is not about me. It came from and it was inspired by something that our ancestors was doing anyway. But you hate Angel Snubbing Up 7. You want this should have been an idea that came from the house of the RBG, or the house of the Black Muslim, or the house of the Moore Science Temple, or the Hebrew Israelites. Anybody. Or it should have been an idea, something that came from Boyce Watkins. Anybody. except Angel Snub Nub 7. But see, the reason why it could not come from your house is because you're not real. Our ancestors who was fighting those races and who was terrorized by those races in the South was dealing with a reality. They were not living in Kemet. They were not dressed up like sheep herders in the land of Israel. They were living a real life and suffered a real life threat. So you're thinking about herding some sheep. You're thinking about building a pyramid. You're thinking about doing your salats at Mecca. You're everywhere except in reality. You're waiting on a spook and a god, a spaceship coming from up out the sky some damn where. This is where your head is at. A fictional, or may I say, a fictional solution cannot fix a real problem. You have a real problem here, and you don't have a lot of time for that problem. You want to sit around and keep doing what you've been doing for the last 100 years. That don't work. You refuse to accept that Elijah Muhammad failed, Marcus Garvey failed, Dr. King failed, all our people failed. They died in oppression. They died as a victim of racism. They did not win the battle. So they passed the torch to you, and you don't know what to do. You don't know how to run it. You got the torch in your hand, but you have no idea of what to do. Because you're hoping that Malcolm can come from the dead, and Marcus Garvey and Elijah and all these prior to us, you want them to come, and you want the Egyptians to come from the past to come save you. And then you wonder and you get angry because somebody who is alive. It is wonderful to think about the past. It is wonderful to learn from the past, but we are not the past. Like I tell you, this Mississippi idea, this Mississippi campaign, it really is not mine. It is something your ancestors was doing anyway. So to make mockery of me is to make mockery of your ancestors. And that just goes to show you that you're a hypocrite and how silly, stupid, and dumb, and you really don't know your history, and you don't do your research. You don't have the information. Dr. John Henry Clark, I don't remember listening to Dr. Clark or reading any information from Dr. Ben or Dr. Clark. They told you that you need to try to be an Egyptian. I never seen Dr. Ben or Dr. Clark try to dress up and look like an Egyptian. I never seen that. If they did, please post these pictures for me so I can see them. These people took their scholarship and ran with it, and now they want you to be somebody you never was. And that's sad. I don't mind you questioning Mississippi campaign. That's not the problem. I don't mind you studying and examining and telling us why this will and won't work. But you need to do it just the same way that you do the white man. All the books you read and you show how the white man is a liar and the science and the scholarship, you don't even attempt. Because y'all ain't nothing but a bunch of haters. Hey, what's up there, Bird Queen? You a bunch of haters. And your hate is gonna get you killed. Your hate. So we have the Mississippi campaign here. And people like this, because they don't have the scholarship, because they really cannot find a way or the flaw in what is being presented, they have to just continue to lie. I never said for people to pack their bags and run to Mississippi. I have a wonderful promotional video made by our soul brother Omar Shabazz. Get that video. What does it say? It never said nowhere in the whole 4-minute video, nowhere was it said, pack your bags and let's run to Mississippi. Okay, Bird. I've never said that. And even when you show that you never said that, they still lie because they need to try to find something to attack you with, because there's really nothing that you can attack. I know that's right, Brother Craig. After 10 years. Brother Craig said, after 10 years, the only thing he's gotten from being in this Pan-African, pro-black, black conscious, blackity-black stuff is some DVDs. What else, Brother Craig, you say? A ticket to a lecture, feel-good speeches, membership to Patreon. That's all. 10 years, y'all. Y'all satisfied with being a loser. You keep following these losers. They're not going nowhere. But look at here. So they have to lie. There's a reason why. There's a reason why I would never tell you or nobody to run to Mississippi. I'm going to tell you why. How many of you like pizza? Have you ever made homemade pizza? I like pizza myself. Now, you got to, before you can make the pizza, hey, what's up there, Brother Gary? Before you make pizza, you have to make the dough. Now there is pizza, then there's good quality pizza. Now when you make good quality pizza, you have to get that dough right. That dough has to be prepared right. Sometimes the dough has to sit overnight. You have to let that dough rise just right. You have to prepare the dough. And that's with anything that you do in life. You have to prepare yourself. Unless you are in a desperate situation and you are at war, you just don't throw people into a war situation. You try to make a soldier out of them and prepare them for war. You just don't throw people off the street and make them a police officer. They have to be trained. They have to be prepared to be a police officer or a judge or any of these things, anything that we do. You have to prepare yourself. Myself and Brother Gary, as you know, we drive trucks. You just don't come off the street just because you can drive a car. Don't mean you can drive a truck. You have to prepare yourself. You have to be trained for this job in everything that we do. So before you can make this pizza, that dough, before you can put tomato sauce and cheese and pepperoni and onions and olives or whatever you're gonna put on that pizza, you have to prepare that dough. If that dough is not prepared right, then the pizza falls apart. And you have something after you bake it, but it's not pizza. You got a big mess on your hands. So in anything that we do in life, we have to prepare. You have to get it ready for whatever it is that you want. You want that dough to do, or whatever you want to do in life. You have to prepare yourself. Many of us, we fail as parents because we do not prepare for the birth of a child. We just go out, have sex. Oh, I'm pregnant. Now we got a baby. You don't have no money in the bank, have no job. You did not prepare. Then you wonder why your family is all messed up. The woman don't love the man don't love the woman, but they bringing a child in the world. We gonna just get together and get married just for the hell of it because we got this baby on the way. See, there was no preparation, there was no thought. And so what you have is a disaster. So why would I come before you, and I know better, to tell you to just pack your bags up, let's go to Mississippi? For what? It is not prepared. It is not ready for the mission, for the job that it must do. So that makes no sense. You must prepare it. That's why in the video, it says we need to inspire the people, the residents that's already there, because they are the key. They must have a new mindset. They must be inspired. They must become a new people. Their behaviors right now is not going to make it. They have to look at this whole thing as changing a reality. They must become something new. If they are unable to become something new, then that's a lost cause. You are going to Mississippi for what? What are you going to accomplish? Not a damn thing. We're not expecting the residents of Mississippi to be holier than thou. But the people of Mississippi must understand and have a new mindset of a mission that we're trying to accomplish that affects the whole 40 to 70 million in this country. You must be able to control the Negro in yourself for what is in the best interest of us as a people. Because we're damaged goods. We're trying to do something that is good for us right now, but you're fighting, you're changing, and you're going to struggle for what is in the best interest of those 20, 40, 50 years down the line. That's what you're trying to do. So if I ask you to sacrifice, I know you love beer, but why don't you cut back so we can take that money so we can build a road, so we can make some African-centered schools, whatever it is, whatever we want to do. Now, we're damaged goods, so I don't expect everybody to be holy and righteous. It's not going to happen. But you learn how to work with what you got. And many times, when people see that they have a purpose in life, sometimes that changes them. Because a lot of us, we do drugs and we drink ourselves to death because of this lifestyle that we live. We feel like a slave. We feel like nothing. really, a lot of us, we can't wait to die. We drink ourselves to death, smoke ourselves to death. We put ourselves in situations knowing that the police might blow our brains out. So the Mississippi campaign gives the people some hope, real hope. Not false hope, real hope. As they are successful, they can see it with their hands. They're not singing, they're not dancing. They are actually producing with their hands. They can hold that tomato in their hands. They can hold that corn in their hand. The hospital that they build, they can see what they build with their hands. Every man, woman, and child in the Mississippi campaign gonna find something that you can do so that you can say, look what I done, look what we done with your hands. It's not gonna come out the sky. There are a lot of people who are drug addicts. I'm not gonna let them go to waste. Some of these drug addicts can fix cars. Some of these drug addicts have a lot of different skills. Gonna use them. Why let all that talent go to waste? It's a lot of homeless people on the street. All that human energy just going to waste. And Farrakhan and all these other black leaders, you got all this energy and don't know what to do with it. We are in this for the long haul. We are in this to win. I'm not in this to be a loser. You are in a position to win. When the masses of our people see that the people in Mississippi are serious and they are producing and they're winning, you're not going to tell me the rest of our people, the 40 to 70, not going to support that effort. They're going to support it because it's something proud. Something is not, you don't have to go back to Kemet to be proud. Ancient Ethiopia. You don't have to talk about what Dr. King done. You are going to be producing and you're going to be doing things right here with your own hands in 2019. You don't have to keep talking about what somebody did in the past. You're making real moves right now. Even your celebrities, I'm telling you, your celebrities will help. Whether they would do it outright or they will send you some checks undercover. They're gonna help you. When they see that you're serious. Nobody wants to help a man until that man wants to help himself. Sitting around here, waiting on welfare and begging, waiting on something to come out the sky and all these different things. Nobody likes a beggar. Nobody wants to get on board with a loser. We've been losing going on 500 years. It is time now. The time is right. Everything is right. It's just the only thing that needs to be done is you want to do it. And we can use all these other tools that we got. Voting, marching, protesting, the education, everything, but you got to do it in a different manner than what we've been doing in the past. Take control of this state. How are you going to build your own nation and you can't take... We're going to build our own country. We're going to build our own nation. How are you going to do that? But see, when you are able to take control of a state, it shows that you are perfectly capable of running your own nation and your own country. There's no evidence to suggest right now that you can run a country, a nation on your own. There's no evidence. But if you can take a state that is poverty-stricken and turn it into one of the richest, wealthiest states in the Union, and you reduce your teenage pregnancy rate, you reduce your welfare, the people on welfare, you reduce your unemployment, and you clean your state up, you produce the best food on the planet, we got a gold mine here. Now, whether you believe it or not, there are others who are listening to my words. Hispanics, even other Caucasians. And they want to figure out, I want to do that too. Maybe some white supremacists, because I want my own state too. Should they take action and should they be successful, where is that going to leave you? You're not going to have nowhere to go. You are going to guarantee that you're going to be on the bottom in this country forever. Whose fault would that be? It's your fault. You cannot sit around here and trip on the melting pot. Nobody don't care nothing about that melting pot stuff. Everybody in this country is looking out for themselves. Now that's a good thing for us. That really is a good thing for us, that we think that way. But the people of this country don't think that way. They are looking out for themselves. These Africans are looking out for themselves. These Asians looking out for themselves. Of course, the Caucasians are looking out for themselves. Everybody's looking out for themselves. You need to look out for yourself. It's simple as that. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a beautiful thing that we think that we are Americans and we're supposed to look out for each other. These other folks don't think that way, brothers and sisters. You have to look out for yourself. Keep listening to this pro-black stuff. Keep listening to these clowns. What are they producing? And what do they want to produce? Nothing. If you put everything they talking about together, don't compare to what you can get out of the Mississippi campaign. The Mississippi campaign takes you to a brand new, whole new level. You will be able to negotiate and actually talk to African leadership if that's what you want to do. Chinese leadership. People will respect you. They won't look at you as a clown no more because you are a producer, a serious producer. So it's up to us. Mississippi, right now, of course, is not prepared. We would have to inspire and get that place prepared for the mission. You just gonna go there for what? If the people that's already there don't want to do nothing, the hell with it. So what's the sense of going there? They have to change their mindset. They must understand the mission. They must want to do better. They already live there. So if the people that live there don't want to do no better, they want to stay poverty stricken. They want to be a bunch of bums and a bunch of losers. Well, let them stay that way. So what sense would it make for me to move to Mississippi to get with a bunch of losers? So these liars that keep spreading this lie, keep telling this lie, because they want to put me in the same category like those people that talk about, I'm going to Africa, I'm going to Africa. but they never go. They don't have no intent. Because the reality is, if you don't have no money, those people don't give a damn about you. You don't have no money, you know you're not going to no Africa. Because that's what it's about. They don't give a damn about you as a brother or sister. They only looking at you for your money. Go there and don't have no money and see how those African people treat you. And let's report it. Who's willing to do it? Who's willing to go to Africa with all that Pan-African stuff? Let's see you go to Africa with no money and see how you get treated. What happened to you? See how long you can stay there. When Cyrus Sutton went to Africa, he had money. When Umar Johnson go to Africa, he had money. When Ashraf Kwesi and all these people that go to Africa, they have money. Go there with no money and see how you get treated. That's the litmus test. We'll see how real it is. See, in your fantasy world, and because you have some money, that feeds your fantasy. But let's go to Africa with no money and let's see how you get treated. Bring you to reality real quick. Of course they like you when you bring in those American dollars, spending that money with them. They love you. They your brothers and sisters. They love you and all. Really. They have no respect for us as a people. Because we land here in America. And really, I don't blame them to a certain point because we have so much. Unlike Dr. King, unlike Marcus Garvey, and many of our brothers and sisters before us, we are in a unique position to pull this off. You just don't want to do it. And you're following whack leadership that keeps you in la-la land, that keeps you in fantasy world. We need to produce. You don't make no demands on your leadership. Produce or get the hell out of here. The only thing they can do is give you a DVD, like Brother Craig said, give you a DVD, give you these pretty speeches or whatever, and 10 years later, that's all you got out the deal. Louis Farrakhan been preaching for over 40 years. They don't have a pot to piss in. They bragging about that little knick-knack stuff they have, which don't amount to a hill of beans. This man been all around the world, skinning and grinning in people's face, and don't have nothing. But that's the kind of leadership y'all like. Leadership that give you nothing. What we gonna do, what we need to do, but they don't know how to do it. And they too ashamed to admit they don't have an idea, have no idea what to do at all, period. Producing nothing. They can barely make a t-shirt to sell. And you actually want to get angry at me because I called them a bunch of losers. You are losers. And we all are a bunch of losers until we start winning. Don't you want to win? Talking is not going to do it. We need to inspire the residents of that state and get them in the right mindset so we can pull this off. So you can be a winner. If you don't want to win big, you shouldn't want nothing at all. Just be satisfied being a comfortable ass Negro living in America. And be done with it. Stop all that black power and a black first and the RBG. Stop all that old dumb stuff. Because if you don't want to win big, you don't want to win at all. All this little dibby-dabby stuff that y'all want to do don't amount to a hill of beans. Don't mean nothing. When you think big, you win big. Think small, you're going to get small. And then when you wonder why you can't get nowhere, because you think small. Bill Gates and his partner, they quit college. They had confidence in themselves, and they thought big. And you see where Bill Gates is today. They willing to risk it all. Y'all scared to risk things. You scared to sacrifice. You scared to risk anything. You want to try to play it safe. And that's why you where you at. You got to think big. You don't even pretend you big. You can't even pretend. That's how pathetic we become. You can't even pretend you big. You pretend you small. So it's not up to me. If you want to do it, I'm gonna give 1,000%. You don't want to do nothing, hell. I'm not responsible for you. I'm not divine. I'm not a messiah. I'm not your damn hero. I'm just a little brother. I'm sick of the nonsense. I've been through all that old pro-black garbage. The only thing I got out of it, just like Brother Craig said, some DVDs, some lecture tickets, ticket stubs, a burn-up bean pie. You know what I'm saying? And I got to sleep on some pickle barrels. Almost 10 years of my life. Waste. A waste. And they want you to continue to waste your life. Because it's very quite clear, and time has revealed that pro-black, blackity-black stuff, that mindset, that pro-black, Afrocentric, that type of mindset is a road to nowhere. Because they don't see things in real time. They live it in some kind of fantasy world somewhere. They want you to be an Egyptian. We are not Egyptians. We was born in the United States of America. We've been here for generations. Accept it. That's what you are. You ain't no damn Egyptian. You're not a Moor. You're not a damn Hebrew Israelite. You was born right here in America. That's what we are. Just accept who we are. If we was lost and now we're found, then you would tell us exactly who our relatives are. But they can't. The only thing they can say is you's an African. African what? Who are my people? And since I'm an African, since you know so much about me, and you tell me I'm an African, what is the name of my grandmother? What's my grandmama's name? Since you can tell me I'm an African, then you should be able to tell me what my grandmama's name on my mama's side. Since you know so damn much, since you know where I come from and you know all about me like that, what's my grandmama's name? Your priorities is all messed up. Your priorities should be engaging in activity to make yourself independent from an oppressor. That's what you know. Your priorities should be trying to get some respect in this damn world. And if you do that, even these races will give you some respect. The reason why you're getting treated the way you're treated now is because You don't demand respect. You're doing nothing to gain respect. And see, this is the thing about it. When you're doing what you need to do, you don't have to ask for respect. They're going to give you respect, whether they like it or not. Just like a lion. You're going to respect a lion, whether you like it or not. Because you know what that lion can do to you. So it's not about begging them for their respect, asking somebody for their damn respect. No, you're going to respect me, whether you like it or not, because I got something that produces respect, whether you like it or not. Can you imagine these suckers coming to you and asking you about your pure organic food that you grow in Mississippi? Pure organic milk. Pure organic apples and peaches. Real organic stuff. And you know it's organic because you might find a worm in the apple or a worm in the peach now and then. Because it's real. I ain't talking about no, well, under the government definition. No, we produce the real thing. Like when I was growing up, I got milk right straight from the cow. Peaches straight from the tree. There was no insecticides, pesticides. I used to eat when I was a child, I used to eat fruits and vegetables that had the dirt on it. I ate the dirt and the fruit. Pure organic stuff. Free range chickens. And believe me, it tastes a whole lot different. There's a demand all over the world for organic food. And you can produce the best, #1 quality. Not only can you produce it for the world, but you're giving it to our people. Pure organic, real food. Or you keep waiting on the dream. That's for some reason, Kemet gonna come back to life. Ancient Ethiopia gonna come back to life. Dr. King gonna come back to life. Something gonna come and save us. That's not how it works. If you want it, let's go get it. If you don't want it, that's fine with me. I'm not responsible for grown-ass people. That's your business. I'll probably be dead within the next 20 years anyway. I wish y'all the best of luck. That's the good thing about being old. But when you're young, you got a rude awakening coming to your young ass. You got an ass whooping coming to you. That's your business. That's the good thing about being old. So it's up to us. It's up to us what we want to do. On that note, thank y'all for joining me. I just wanted to get that out of my chest. Woo, the chat room was quiet. What's up with that? Yeah, it's an honor. It's an honor that you would allow me to come here and speak with you tonight. I really enjoy it. I know I'm supposed to be taking a sabbatical, and I might do that, but I just love doing this. I like talking to us. I want to try to inspire us because this can work. I want us to be winners. I want us to be winners. I want us out of this situation once and for all. So it's an honor that you would give me these few minutes, and I hope that you would share this video. I hope that you would share this information, this talk with others. especially on YouTube. They share these videos a little bit more on Facebook, but we need to keep having this conversation, and then we need to make a move. Not only for our own sake, and we can become the greatest generation ever produced. We can be the greatest generation ever produced. Because not only will we be affecting our own lives, you may not realize this, but we really will be a shining example to the whole world. And maybe our activity can change this self-destructive behavior that the world, that the people, these wacky leaders of nations around the earth have right now. I remember there was a song by Minister Farrakhan, and in the lyrics, he says that the whole world is waiting on what the so-called Negro gonna do. If that's true, then what we waiting on? Let's do it. Let's do it. On that note, let me get out of here, and I'll catch y'all on the flip. Thank you for listening. Jot down your comments, subscribe, like, all that kind of good stuff. You know how it goes. And talk to y'all later. Peace.